Now we're good.
So if you enjoyed Bruce's performance, check out his open mic.
Also get the receipt.
All right. Got the 2 mics.
What do you think 100 yards is from the microphone?
Test 1, 2, 3. Very loud. That's usually the problem.
Slide it a little bit.
Not far enough?
Yeah, right.
Hopefully they'll just take us, that's more than fine. Yeah.
We're usually pretty loud people, so.
We try to be.
Have fun, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're actually going to mix this up for you guys quite a bit. We are going to do 2 short skits and a monologue tonight. Has anyone ever heard of a show called I Love Lucy? You know, a small show.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with a little scene from that.
Boy.
Ricky Ricardo. All right, honey, I'll show you what I mean. Now, you take this book and you pretend that our child has come to you and said, Daddy, read me a good night story. Here you are, Dad.
Alright. Once upon a time in the woods lived a peasant. He was a good man with a noble heart. He spent his time in the forest cutting down bushes from the trees. Cutting wood all day.
Hold up. What are these bushes?
Bushes, right in there.
That's boughs.
B-O-U-G-H is bow?
That's right.
Bow. He spent his time in the forest cutting down boughs from the trees. Cutting wood all day made his hands strong and rough. One day he cut wood so fast. What?
That's rough.
No. It's spelled the same way as the other, O-U-G-H.
Yeah, that shows how little you know about the English language.
So I made a little mistake. He made his hands strong and rough. One day he cut the wood so fast that by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, his day's work was through. When the day...
Hold it, Shakespeare!
Through?
T-H-R-O-U-G-H is pronounced through.
Through, that's what I always say. Now stop picking on me, you make me all confused. His day's work was through. And now, when his day's work was through, it started to rain on the way home, and he got so wet that his nose became red, and he started to develop a hacking... Cool? Well, I know it can't be cow.
It's cough.
Ah, that's it. I had enough. Or should I say, inu?
No, enough.
You know, I don't see why you have to have such a crazy language anyway. In Spanish, you don't have all those ow, ooh sounds. In Spanish, you have a sound, it sounds the same all the time. No matter how you write it, it sounds the same way. No matter where you put it, it sounds the same way all the time. Thank you very much. So next up we have for you a monologue. Big fan of the Rocky movies. I don't know if anyone's here seen the 6th installment, Rocky Balboa. That's one of my favorite monologues, and I'd like to perform that for you here before we close out with our final skit. You're not going to believe this. You used to fit right here. I used to hold you up and I would tell people, this kid, this is the greatest kid in the world. This kid is going to be greater than anybody I ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful, and it was just so great watching you. It was like a privilege. But then, somewhere along the way, you changed. You stopped being you. You let someone point a finger at you and tell you that you're no good. And then when things got tough, you look for somebody to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't no sunshine and rainbows. It is a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you down and bring you to your knees permanently if you let it. Not you or me or anybody is ever going to hit you as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. About how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now you want to go out there and you want to find out what you're worth, then go out there and get what you're worth. But you can't stop and and start pointing fingers at people, blaming them for where you don't want to be because of him or because of her, because of anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. Now, I'm always going to love you no matter what. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing, you're never going to have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother. Thank you very much. And we got one more. Thank you guys very much. This is from a movie called The Book of Eli. It's with Denzel Washington and Mila Kunis. Really recommend it. Post-apocalyptic film. And we're going to do a short scene from this film as well.
Do you really read the same book every day?
Without fail.
Will you read some to me? Please?
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
That's beautiful.
You like that?
Did you write that?
Yes, I did.
Really?
No. No, that was around a long time before you and I got here, that's for sure.
What did you mean when you said that this wasn't just any book?
It's the only one.
Really?
After the war, people made it their business to find and destroy any of the ones that the fires didn't get already. Some people even said that this was the reason of the war in the first place. Anyway, it's the only one that survived.
How did you get it?
They say that the war burned a hole in the sky. You probably heard the stories.
Yeah.
The war tore a hole in the sky, and the sun came down, and it burned everything and everybody.
Right.
If you were lucky enough, you could hold up in a place like this. Most people weren't lucky. So a year later, we started coming out. Really wasn't sure what I was going to do, and just looking for a place to survive. And one day, I heard a voice. Now it's hard to explain, but it's like it was coming from inside of me. But I could hear it as clear as day, as clearly as I could hear you talking to me right now.
And what did the voice say?
He led me to a place where I found the book, buried under some rubble. He told me to take the book and to carry it out west. He told me that I would have a path laid out before me. He told me that I would be protected against anyone or anything that stood in my way. And I've been walking ever since.
And you did all this because a voice in your head told you to.
Yes, I did. I know what I heard. I know what I hear. I know I'm not crazy, and I know I never made it without help.
What's that?
One question too many. Go to bed. We got an early start in the morning. Thank you guys very much.
Next time, though.
Next time, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
guys.
very much. Amanda and Nick, thank you guys for sharing. John, come on up.
Not going to still tape it or not.